Keithy's birthday. That means one thing. We all get cake. That's the one good thing about today.
Have you got cake then?
Yes, I have. Nobody knows how old he is. 51. 51.
Have you got 51 candles?
There isn't 51 candles in this land.
In the shop?
Happy birthday, Keithy. What causes him to blow?
One go.
Who's Supergrass?
Oh, Matt, is he?
The grass is so fun.
Does he?
Yeah. No.
He ain't learned to give his gob a shot.
No, you can't, he said.
These are the oats left over from harvest. We're not sure how much is there. Peter guessed around 15 tonnes, but what we need to do is get these into a bag. So we've got some bags left over from Clean Your Own from last year. Peter's going to show us how it all works. And we've borrowed this teleporter, JCB teleporter, pretty cool. And they've got, we also borrowed the bucket as well.
Bag on there?
Yeah. So first off, we tied the bottom, didn't we?
Yes.
So
You did, I hope.
First off, you got to tie all the bottoms from where we used them, tie them back up, and
It opens these two little shutters just to be the red. See it from the back, look. Just opens this shutter when I pull the lever in the cab.
hopefully if I've tied it properly, it won't fall out. That fills the bag in one scoop, and yeah, pretty cool. What do you think of that, Keith? Pretty cool? Pretty cool. The leftover barley in the other corner there, Keith's loading that up, and we're going to go and put that in a dry shed somewhere, as we're going to need this shed for cattle. You can see the cattle are in. We had 3.5 inches of rain, so we all had to jump about a bit quick yesterday and get them in. Pretty impressive actually. The yard was nowhere near ready, so we had to get rid of a lot of machines, get everything out, get the barriers up, and make sure the shed over that side and the outside clamp was ready for the cows coming in. I'll say hello, young lady. We had 3.5 inches in 2 days of rain, and that's brought the water levels right up. And if we hadn't brought them in, they'd be stood in water now. So that was a pretty good move by the farmer to act fast on that one. They're all out to dry now, and they all got food and straw. All the other cows are going to stay out for a little bit longer. Right, I'm going to help Peter with this. I've got all these to tie, and Peter needs my help.
You are my pill, I swallow it. Take me away to Neverland, where colors fade my disbelief and make me forget my memory.
You can see here all the fields that are underwater. It rained on the weekend, it rained on the Saturday all day. The farmer had given everyone the Sunday off. The farmer acted pretty quickly, and it's a good job he did, as you can see here, the water's risen pretty quickly, and you get about a day to do it, and then all of a sudden the water starts rising, and all the cows would have been stood in some of these fields you see completely underwater. That's where the cows would have been stood now. Everyone acted pretty quick and got them out in good time. But yeah, you got to be pretty quick when once it starts raining, and it's when a lot of rain falls in a short space of time. You've got to be pretty quick, especially if you've got cattle out. And we've had it before in the summer where it's been like this, and they've had to come down quickly, get cattle out, get the sheds ready very quick, and get them out of there. It's a bit of a nightmare, but good decision by the farmer to get them out.
Rent a car you can't afford, put on a song that we both know, let your hair out in the wind, put the pedal to the floor, flame your light and take a smoke, put your broken rib off, wafers on, doesn't matter if the sun goes down, we'll still be up, don't care about the place we found, we'll still be up, we're in this together, we both fall down, doesn't matter if the sun goes up, cause we will still be high when the lights out.
This is where the fat cattle have been stood all summer, and a couple of weeks ago we decided to bring them in, and it was a pretty good job we did, because I'm not sure we would have had enough time to get these guys in as well as all the others. And you can see behind me, trying to get them through this water and into a pen would have just been a nightmare. These are pretty deep through here. Bit of a pain, because we wanted to get, you know, we were getting the drills ready to go drilling, and now it's a bit of a will we have winter crops again? So it's going to take a long time for all this water to disappear, especially as you're coming into autumn. Cold days, short days, it doesn't just disappear overnight. You can see by the aerial photos there that it's going to be a long while before we start drilling those. Water laid across most of them, and you know, even the drier ones like this one are incredibly soft, very sticky. That's a little while away from getting here with the drills. Yeah, pretty crazy. But it's starting to become a bit of, you know, I think, can't remember rightly, but last year actually started off a bit like this. A big dollop of rain, and it didn't seem to stop last year. We never actually managed to drill anything. We had to go all spring crops this year, and who knows, we may end up doing that again. This is where the young heifers were, and the actual water levels actually come down a bit. It was higher than this yesterday. I'm not actually sure how they even got them out, but they did get them out. Fair play to them, because I have no idea. That is halfway up my well is already. This is the only way in and out of the field, so tricky business. But all this was grass. This was grass, and then overnight, literally, as you see it now, lake. And you can see it from the aerial footage a bit better. You can see there's one field in the middle there that's got a bit of grass on it, and literally the top end of that field was the only place that was dry, so it is going down a bit. But yeah, tricky when it comes up like this. It's tricky driving them through the water is the biggest issue, but apparently they came in pretty nice and pretty easy. So I wasn't there. I was busy doing some hay deliveries, so that's how that is. You see this tree behind me? That's another one of our jobs. That one's rotted away and fell down. We've got to come across with the chainsaws and sort that one out. Stick around to the end of the video. We've got some news, some quite big news regarding the combine. So stick around for that. That'll be at the very end. So you can see behind me, this block here is the block of hay that came in, and we were all a bit worried whether it was going to heat up or whether it was going to be no good. But as it turns out, we've been blowing it for a couple of weeks. We've been blowing it with a fan, and we've been prodding it with a probe, and you can see the moisture levels and you can see the temperature, and it did raise in temperature a little bit, but we kept the fan on it, and it does seem to be all right, and it doesn't look too bad. It smells nice. Hey, mister. Lovely cattle though. They've had a nice summer out in the fields. Hey, Yenya. We had a TB test. That was fun, because apart from this bunch, all the cows were still out in the field. So we were running around with gates, gating up. Quite a tricky task to try and do the whole herd in one day. What are you licking? Oh, licking my hand. They have rough tongues. But we managed to get round it all. Keith and Pete were, we got 2 sets of gates, and we borrowed Colin's crush. And Keith and Peter were moving the gates from one place to another. And we ended up with one inconclusive. So we're no further on with that. That means we've got to test again in 60 days. And until we go clear, you have to get 2 full clear tests. And until you're out of the woods. But yeah, a bit of a pain, but it is what it is with the TB test. Farmer's got his own opinions on it, and one day we will sit down and we'll talk about it, because it's extremely tricky. I thought with one inconclusive you could have separated that inconclusive until the next test, and if the whole herd went clear and that cow went clear, I mean, surely that's a clear. But that's what I think. There's lots to go in with TB, lots of talking points. One day we'll get the farmer to talk about it. I'm going to get out of here before these lot bundle me over. We had one knock his horn off the other day. That was a bit gruesome. That's why we take the horns off when they're young. But every now and again you'll miss one of the late ones usually, one of the late calves when they're not showing their horns. And yeah, they must have been bunting about because he was missing a horn in the morning, and that creates a bit of a mess. Gives them a horrible bloody head. I am so glad I am not lifting that. Oh my god. That looks scary as.
We can pretend the time is still. Goes down. We'll still be up, don't care about the place we found. We'll still be up, we're in this together. We both fall down, doesn't matter if the sun goes up, 'cause we will still be high when the lights out.
That's it, there she goes. The combine has left the yard. And we won't be seeing that one again. She's gone to a new home, and the guys who bought that, they're going to be happy because that's one hell of a machine, and it never gave us any trouble. So those guys have got themselves a wicked machine, but that leaves us without a combine at the moment. So watch this space. The farmer and Peter will be going off looking at various models and different ones. Type down in the comments, what one should we buy, what one should we get, what one should we be looking at. Just watch this space, there'll be a new combine coming. Anyway, thanks for watching as always, and we'll catch you soon.